Well, hello, known ladies. It is so good to be with you. I love doing these lives. I was just fully confessing that I am flying by the seat of my pants and just, typing up my last minute things right before things are. And if you know me at all, that is not my normal MO. I know I have a lot of friends who are great with going with the flow and doing the different things. I am a planner. I like to have my bags packed before I'm ready. Um, we're going camping and there's nothing in the car. There is nothing packed. We are, flying by the seat of our pants right now. And so, yeah, full disclosure, whatever comes out of my mouth might not be as planned or articulate as normal, but it'll be an adventure for sure. So, I want to share with you is something that God's been teaching me, and I am going through the book of Mark with some ladies this summer, and I am just, oh, I love the Gospel of Mark. The immediately, the let's go, like the charge, the excitement. I think I've underlined the word immediately, like, and we're only in chapter 2, and we're 5 or 6 times already that I've seen it, and I'm sure I've missed a bunch. But one of our leaders, Tammy, she gave me this an acronym, GASP: Glory, Authority, Supernatural Power. And that's stuck with me every time I am reading the Bible, opening the Word, and just to slow down and to be like, wow, he has all the authority and the supernatural power. And so that's been something that I'm learning. But we are going into Luke 3, 14 through 15. This week is 3 and 4. And so I am not going to be there because we're going to Minnesota. More information than you want to know about my life, but I'm just telling you it. But he says in the scripture, he appointed 12 so that they would be with him and that he could send them out to preach and that they would have authority to cast out the demons. And I thought, how cool that he appointed, he sent, and he gave authority. And so I would just encourage you. I know life is busy. I know that we all have 100 things going, and there's just changes happening. There's things going on. That's true. That's real. And slow down because he's called us to be sent out to have this authority to be able to preach and to share and to just get the word in your bones. Yeah, that's kind of my little encouragement for today. A lot of people are signing up for bingo. Our last minute friends are not yet, and that's okay, but put it on your calendar for August 17th. We're going to be doing another bingo. And super excited to continue to partner together in this mission. We love playing bingo and having fun and community together. And yeah, the ticket prices go up July 14th. So you are going to want to get your tickets before then because otherwise they go up to $115. So get the early bird price at $90. We would love to be able to have you join us. If you have a friend who's a speaker, reach out to them because they just got a code. So, yeah, bring your friends, invite them, join with us, and we can't wait to see what God is going to do. So, with all of that fun, we're going to bring on one of my dear friends who is speaking this year in person. She's no stranger to the known community. She is just a dear friend and a delight. So I am super excited for you to get to see Lisa and hear a little bit more about who she is, about her journey, and about what God's teaching her. So let's start, Lisa, with who you are and a fun fact about yourself.
Well, I am a pastor's kid. Grew up with my grandfather and dad were both ministers. Um, and I got saved when I was 10 years old. And then when I was in college, I was studying French and art history and thought I'd go into museum work or something. But I saw so many art depictions of biblical scenes. I
Mm.
started to say, "Hey, are these true? Is this really what happened? Is this what it was?" And I realized I didn't know that much about the scriptures as I thought I did.
Mm.
So that got me kind of a called into ministry. And so I went and got my MDiv at seminary, and my husband came along and he also got called into ministry. And so we've been serving together for a long time now. And right now I'm a pastor's wife and just helping to support him in that kind of way. And I've got five, I've had 5 children, and I've got 2 little grandchildren. And fun fact, I am a part of a coloring book club. So I've always loved artistic things, obviously art and art history, drama, music, all of that. I've been part of puppet teams, but it's kind of fun to pick up the markers again at my age and start coloring and sharing pictures with my coloring book club.
That's
So.
awesome. That's so fun. I didn't know that about you. So that is a fun fact that I'm learning too. So fun. Um, Tell us what God is teaching you right now.
Oh, well, I'm kind of at a stage in life where um, I feel like moving into a lot of a transition, kind of out of some of those traditional jobs and ministries that I've had, and trying to figure out what what is next for me. Where should I be putting my time and energy? And I think that I've had a lot of self doubt and questioning my purpose, and all of that. So that's forced me to really focus back on God, on His plans, talking to Him, just seeking after Him, and looking to Him to find peace and peace and hope. I think those are 2 words that and joy. Those 3 things. Um, to just work on that daily and strive after whatever it is he wants for me.
Yeah. There's so many nuggets that I'd love to unpack, more, because it's true. Like there's always something. And so peace, hope, and joy. Great, great, great summary of, where those things boil down to and how can we focus on some of those things. You've been part of the Known family in different capacities each year, but tell us why you're excited to be a speaker this year in person.
Yes. Well, I'm very excited about it because I actually this is something I prayed for about 30 years ago.
Wow.
I made a transition in my life as I was having babies and staying home more. And I prayed and I said, Lord, after my kids are grown up, I pray I get opportunities to share about you, to speak, to be in that kind of situation. And so this was a great opportunity for me to get to do that. I think for answering my prayer to God. But I love Known because I just feel like it's just such a fun conference. Um, I think it's really important to focus on things that are unique to women, and for women to be able to come in and get some refreshment, some renewal, some growth spiritually, through good speaking, good music, just hearing all the women's voices in the in the main hall. And so that's been a really good experience for me as a participant. And So I'm just really happy that I can share um, a little bit of what God's teaching me, and I hope I can help the women who come.
Yeah. Well, you have been behind the scenes creating some delicious desserts. You have been online speaking and giving us your wisdom. But we're excited to have you in person this year, being part of the team in that capacity too. Super, super grateful for that. Tell us about a project that you're working on right now.
Oh, gosh. um, a project that I'm working on right now.
It can be laundry, it can be, I mean, it can be weeding, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be something grand or big,
Oh, okay.
sometimes the building blocks of those faithful steps are what, get us to where we're at.
Okay, well, in that case, I've been project is doing some organizing, cleaning out, and that kind of thing. I actually read the book, the Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, and so that has kind of motivated me. I know we've got a lot of things to sort through and get organized. My kids tell me I have ADHD, and I have piles of stuff here and there, and I'm going to work on that this summer and try to clean out and clean up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. My house, I had friends over last night. We made homemade quesadillas and they walked into my house and normally when I have people over, I am like, "Oh, let's clean things up." And even we joke with my mom, put it in brown paper bags and put it aside to work on later. Like that has been our household. Like there was a closet in my house that we literally just piled stuff in when people came over and then we'd take it back out and we would figure out, life. Well, I've just been going to the max. And so I
Mm.
had my, I'm writing a book, so my book pile over here, I'm doing this, Bible study of Mark. So I had my Mark study stuff over here. I had doing a Dare to Lead study with some friends, and so that was over here. Like, and I was like, and then my girls, it's just real life. So like all the blankets, they had made a fort for themselves, and so it was just nuts. Like there was just things everywhere, and I was like, okay, this is not normal for me, but a lot of like it is normal for me. Does that make sense? Like what people see is not normally that, but that is the normal of what my life looks like. And so, anyways, I've just been like uncluttering and just today kind of putting things in their spots and trying to find my counters again and like just, but it's a journey. This is another fun little story. We have a chair that we put all of the things that are left behind from my family's events or different things like and it's just kind of accumulates stuff on it until they come and we hand everything back to whoever left something behind. Well, when it sits there for over 2 months and nobody claims it, then I take a picture, send it to the people that have been there, and then I'm like, okay, it's going, like you're donating this. Well, inside our donation bag we found thousands of dollars of magic cards from one of my husband's friend friends. They play Magic the Gathering and they like love these card decks and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we would have just totally gotten rid of it because we didn't know, what it was. Nobody had claimed it. No, he didn't know that he had was missing it. Anyways, long story short, we got it back to the owner and but yes, decluttering is a thing. So and and unfortunately it's not a thing that you can always outsource because you need to be able to, go through your own stuff some,
Oh,
because you
absolutely.
know where things go and what you need to save and what you don't.
Yeah, and my youngest son came home from college. He's going to Ethnos Bible Institute down in Waukesha, and he came home with all his stuff, and it got brought in tubs and things and just plopped in the family room, and he goes through it every now and I'm like, "Could you please put this away? Find a home for it for the summer." And he just doesn't get around to it. It's got to be where he can see it or find it, and uh, that's frustrating too, because it's
I
like he
get
doesn't
it.
want me to touch it. He doesn't want me to move it or do anything with it, because then he won't know where it is and all that. And so, it's working together and figuring these things out, and it's patience and deciding what's priority, what's really important, and can you overlook something like a pile or a mess or
Yeah.
some things out of place.
I cleared off all of my known stuff because it's not known season right now, and so I was like, "Oh, my where we have a desk in my living room that has all my known stuff on. I know it's not a great spot for it. Well, I cleared it all off. Well, now the girls are getting ready for Life Fest, so they decided that that's their home for all of their stuff. And so it's an ever changing, thing. So yes, I feel ya. And I'm sure other people feel that too. So
I
thanks for
think
being relatable.
I think there's a proverb that I don't know the exact wording of it, but it says like only an empty barn is clean.
Mm,
So I love that idea, because that's when I remember that I can be thankful that I have people in my life, even if, bringing their clutter, their mess, that sort of thing, in and out, or visitors, or whatever. Um, because yeah, if my barn was empty, it might be clean, but it also might not be so much fun and full of life.
yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Well, before we go, is there anything else that you want to share of what God's going to be speaking through, what He has been speaking through you as you are preparing your talk? Anything that you want to leave us with?
Well, I'm learning a lot, and as I'm getting ready for this talk, because I'm looking at the battle that goes on all around us, and I'm looking at the strategies of the enemy, and because I've dealt with a lot of anxiety, fears, stress, and that sort of thing, and I know that that's a tool that the enemy uses to
Mhm.
get my mind off of God and all of that. So I'm looking forward to, um, I'm putting this workshop together that should give us, some strategies and understanding of who the enemy is, what his tactics are, and how we can be become more aware of those times when it really is the enemy trying to get at us,
Yeah.
and how we can stand strong with the Lord.
Absolutely. Well, it's a powerful message. I'm excited to be able to experience it for myself as well as the rest of this group. Just grateful for you, grateful for the time that you took today. Grateful for technology working and things, coming together there too. Yeah, grateful for the time. So, all right, ladies, we will see you hopefully before October, maybe at Bingo or at Life Fest. We'll have a booth. We would love to see you stop by. Have a great day. Bye.